Today, we learned the names of the two officers shot at who fired shots at an Omaha storage facility last night. Joshua Moore and Nicholas Lanning were attempting to arrest a burglary suspect when things took a turn. Producer Roger Hamer updates us with the officers involved and the suspect's background.
Two Omaha police officers get into a shootout with a robbery suspect at this storage facility near 54th and Center Monday night. According to police, employees of Dino's Storage called 911 after seeing a man breaking into a storage locker that contained ammunition and a gun case. Police tell us the officers, 7-year officer Nicholas Lanning and 1st-year officer Joshua Moore, got into a scuffle with the suspect and exchanged gunfire with him. Both officers were shot below the waist. Their injuries are not life-threatening. However, officers shot and killed 38-year-old Stephen Dokken. Police say a handgun was found next to his body. Dokken had several run-ins with the law over the past decade. According to online records, Dokken served more than 2 years in prison for attempted distribution of methamphetamine. He was released in 2021. Between 2013 and 2017, he served time for possession of a deadly weapon by a prohibited person and attempted theft by receiving over $1,500. His more recent crimes occurred over a 2-week period last September. He pleaded guilty to falsely imprisoning a woman in August, was arrested for assaulting the same woman a few days later. She filed a restraining order against Dokken, and he violated that order just 5 days later. There were 2 warrants out for his arrest for failing to appear at 2 court hearings. A tragic end to what appears to be a troubled life. On your side, Roger Hamer, WOWT 6 News.
The Nebraska State Patrol and the Douglas County Sheriff's Department are assisting OPD with the investigation. Both officers involved were placed on administrative leave. One of them has been released from the hospital.